Right, well, we've spoken about the top of the table for quite some time on the show. Should we head to the bottom? In Manchester United. Europa League final on Wednesday. You're just on your phone. What's going on?
Just some vibrators.
Yeah, fair enough.
You weren't here for the episode last week, right?
No, I wasn't.
I'll die on this hill that United and Spurs are not getting enough.
I actually agree with that.
For what?
Seven,
Yeah.
I will say it.
Mate,
Even West Ham are
17.
because
we're talking
because
if
you're
Arsenal
jumping the gun.
or Man City or
Wait
Liverpool.
till after the Europa League, then they will.
No, but I don't think it matters, mate.
It does, mate.
The Premier
It really
League is
does.
more. Like, I think Premier League position is more important.
I completely agree, and I think
Like, do you know? Like, Tom,
I honestly think both should still be either gone or under pressure.
Take back for a sec. Just step away, right? Howdy, partners. It's the final Super 6 round of the season. And that means it's your last chance at winning the £250,000 jackpot until next season. And this weekend's Super 6 round is now open and you can make your selections over on the app for free. And while you're there, make sure to join our Super 6 mini league, the biggest and best of all time. Use the code PTCH24 where you can also win a £100 classic football shirt voucher. So head over to the Super 6 app now for free for your chance at winning the jackpot. Make sure you follow our link in the description down below. If you looked at the Premier League table and you saw Man City in 16th and Arsenal in 17th,
I understand.
My God.
These are different standards again. You're different standards.
They're in the wrong competition anyway. That would be...
Look, the bottom line is, both these teams... Theo, I understand where they are.
Every week he just keeps going, 17.
Mate, I understand how bad they've been in the league. We all know how shit they've been.
Yeah.
However... both teams' goal at the start of the season was to get in the Champions League. So whether they do it by shagging me up the arse or winning the Europa League, it doesn't matter how you do it.
Is that how you get Champions League?
Wait, I can... What?
I get Champions League.
But surely...
Their objectives were to finish to get Champions League football. If they do it, if Spurs, whether they finish 17th or 300th, if they win the Europa League, they've completed their objective and won a trophy. It's not a bad season.
Game's gone.
I think it's different for Spurs and United. I still think United, the standard's got to be higher for a team like United. Spurs, I agree.
The only saving grace for United is they are completely unbeaten this year in Europe, aren't they? And I know you're going to go, Europa.
No, but it's still...
They've not lost the game in Europe.
I think with no teams dropping down in Europa League, they have to address this situation where...
Still impressive.
They've sacked the league off, haven't they, both of them?
But also,
Man United not losing the game in Europe.
No, I'm talking about...
What are you talking about then?
It's not that impressive that they got to the final Europa League.
No, but doing it unbeaten is pretty good.
No, yeah, but Spurs...
I agree. Spurs...
Why are we acting like the Europa League some scrub tournament?
Yeah, we're going to piss it next year, mate.
Barcelona dropping down into it anymore.
So it's
a much weaker opposition.
You know, Man United were 4 points. There were 4 points off the top four when Amorim took over. And I saw United fan be like, they were like, how far off were Leicester the top four at that point? I'm like, you're comparing Leicester, who are fucking shit, to Manchester United.
Speaking of which, Amorim's won 24 points in 26 games.
I don't think Amorim's getting it. I don't think Amorim's getting enough stick.
He's getting
Mate, he uses his interviews as therapy, I swear. He just starts opening up about all these things. I'm like, poor bloke's going through it.
Fucking 10
I understand that, obviously, Amorim this year, the league was alright or whatever, and
but it shouldn't have been.
It's like, there's having a bad league season, then there's finishing 17. That is unforgivable.
I'm reading here.
I think it's forgivable if you win the cup.
I don't. I think for Man United, I don't think it is.
For
Spurs, it is. For United, it isn't.
I agree with that.
I agree.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's what I mean. Ange's probably going to get the sack regardless.
I think he deserves to stay if he wins the trophy.
We can't deny.
So what you're saying, the worst possible scenario is Manchester United winning the Europa League.
For who? For Spurs?
For both teams.
Well, what?
I guess in terms
in the way that people have
happiness.
viewed as their expectations. Like United should be winning it.
You got like that gold glitter that goes on steak, right? If you do a shit and put gold glitter on the shit, it's still a shit.
Right.
Bro, you didn't. He thought he could.
Therefore.
Do you not genuinely think?
I when he does that, he goes... like he's just said some
just readjust the monocle.
Let me blow your mind.
We all understand they've had terribly shit seasons in the league. However, it will mask the season. If Spurs win the Europa League, it'll be the first European trophy. They'll be in the Champions League.
It's way bigger for them.
Yeah, it's
way bigger for them.
Have they won a European trophy?
Yeah.
Have they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right then. It'll be the first trophy they've won in 17 years. It'll be the first massive European trophy they've won since whenever they've won
European
one.
trophy.
I don't know.
I think Ange needs to stay on the
He
job.
wants to.
So it's the first
If they
European
win it,
trophy
yeah, maybe.
since 72.
And they won it in 1984. They won it twice.
All right, okay, since 1984, it'll be the first time they've won a
41
European
years.
trophy. Like, it's a massive, massive deal for Spurs.
It is. It is.
Massive.
It is,
so
yeah.
it doesn't matter if they finish 17th, they're still in the Champions League. They've still won a European
At
trophy.
what cost did it come, though, Tom? That's what you need to
What
ask.
cost has it come? They're in the
The
Champions,
Champions League and won a European trophy. What do you mean?
Every
All right,
Spurs fan on the
what
planet
happened?
would have 100%
Hypothetical
snapped your hand off.
Hypothetical scenario.
Yeah.
Ipswich have a good season. Spurs.
But they didn't.
No, but hypothetically speaking, let's talk hypotheticals. We do that a lot on this show. Spurs win Europa, get in the Champions League, but also get relegated.
Obviously, that's
Yeah, very different.
Very different, isn't it?
Very possible, though, this season.
But it's
No,
not
he
'cause
wasn't.
they're-
Literally impossible.
It's been impossible for ages. I know he's eating his apple again.
Something that is literally impossible is possible.
I missed that word. It said it could have been.
That's so stupid. That could have been possible, is your argument.
Hypotheticals all the time. Don't come
I
at
don't
me
talk
saying
about that. It's
stupid.
been known to be impossible for several months now. It's like
So just because it's impossible, that
Just because it's impossible, you
that
tell
doesn't
me it's
mean
not
it's
possible.
That gives Ange and Tottenham the right to sack off the league.
No,
yes,
No, it doesn't.
I think
No,
yes
no,
to
no,
win
no,
the
we don't
Europa.
agree with that. But even so,
I actually
He
think-
said yes.
I think yes to win the
No,
Europa
I
League.
I disagree.
think both
fucking
teams-
embarrassing.
but if they lose,
so
but
embarrassing.
Just
they
imagine
lose-
they're about to have a better season than you,
No,
mate,
but
if they win.
if they lose it, it's totally inexcusable regardless. You can't say, "All right, in hindsight, why have they sacked it off when they lost
Absolutely
anyway?"
embarrassing.
Oh, in that case,
You made a TikTok the other day, literally about anti-football and Liverpool not competing.
Yeah,
Sacking
I
off the
agree.
league.
I agree.
Exactly what Spurs have done and Man United have done.
I agree. I think
Took
And
them
now
20
you
points.
disagree with me. Why?
And do you know what? I actually think it's disgraceful to the fans that they've just sacked the league
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Paying fans who go and watch
Yeah.
them. And like every game we've known for the last 6 weeks, whoever play Man United or Spurs, you'll just beat
Yeah,
them.
yeah, they're getting pumped.
They're going to roll over because all they care about is the Europa
Yeah.
League.
Mate, we played them at Spurs the Sunday after their semi-final, and they were the worst team we've played this season,
Yeah.
including
3-0.
Southampton, including Leicester, they were unbelievably bad.
Like in the Premier-
unbelievably
Premier
bad.
League-
Yeah.
Like, they're not-
Spurs last game in the Premier League, Villa 2-0 loss, Palace 2-0 loss, West Ham 1-1, Liverpool 5-1 loss, Forest 2-1 loss, Wolves 4-2 loss. They beat Southampton. Chelsea 1-0 loss, Fulham 2-0 loss, Bournemouth draw,
Yeah, they're shit. mate.
City 1-0 loss, and then they beat Ipswich. And then they beat Man United.
There you go.
That is,
I don't understand what your point is. We know
Gone all
how
the way
shit
back to
they are.
February. to make sure
but that
know how
is,
shit
but
they're
that
doing.
is like, again, there's bad, and then there's like.
He's going to get the sack.
He shouldn't if he
But
wins.
if they win, do you think he's going to get
Yeah, I
sacked?
think they'll sack
They were
him.
top of the league at the
I
start of the
actually
season.
don't.
Oh my God, Arsenal are top of the league at the start of the season because their fucking name is
I
A!
actually don't think he gets sacked.
I don't think he gets sacked
if
either.
they win it, I don't think
I think he
gets
might
sacked.
walk,
He'll
but
get sacked.
I don't think he'll get sacked.
I think if he wins it, he
No,
might stay.
no,
He has to go, blood.
no. It'll be look. Thanks for doing that, but he's proven in the Premier League he can't do it. He can't.
Imagine they're in Champions League next year, right?
Yeah,
He's
with a
proven he
trophy.
can't
They
do
get
it in the
relegated.
Premier League.
No, where did they finish last season?
5th.
So he's proven he can as
They're
well.
17th, Lewis.
I know, but I'm saying, right, one
They're
fifth,
below West Ham.
one's fifth,
and
one's
Wolves.
17th with a European trophy. Give him one more. Give him one more. And also, he's
No,
Australian.
yeah, actually, you know what? Please give him one more. Beg you. Give him a
He's
seat.
proven tactically in the
Ange
Premier League
say.
he can't do it. Look, in a European knockout tournament, yeah, he's proved like great, and I think Ange is quite good in the League Cup. They got to the league, the semi-final. I think in knockout tournaments, he is quite good.
I don't get why you think, obviously, the 17th now.
You said they'd lose to Bodo Glimt. I hate when you do this. You said they'd lose to Frankfurt. They beat them. You go, well, it's only Frankfurt.
Yeah.
No,
So if it's
Bodo
only
Glimt-
Frankfurt, why are you predicting them to lose?
Frankfurt
Why
are
get so
good as
angry
well.
I don't know.
That's a great question.
No, but Tom, why?
I'm angry actually.
Why is a season when they finish 17th evidence that they can't do it, but then you just ignore a season where they finished 5th, which is objectively
Okay,
a good
use that
season?
same logic with Arsenal then, mate.
Oh, it's not all about Arsenal.
I don't know what you're on.
I don't know what the argument
Yeah,
is.
but
Okay, no.
Lou, do you not think it's crazy that a lot of the panel said that Spurs would finish probably in the top 4 at the start
Yeah,
of the
they
season?
should have kicked
And
on after last year.
And they are now 17th.
I
in the
agree,
Prem.
but it's like I feel
And he
like
spent a lot of
I'm
money,
not
Louis.
objecting to. I understand if they sack him, fair enough. 70 is ridiculous, but it's like I think he is. You can't say he's proven he can't do it in the Premier League if he also has proven that he can do it at the same time.
Okay, he's had one good year in the Prem, and
he's
then
had one
this
bad
year
one.
just been tactically inept. Like,
Yeah, it's been a bad. I think if he wins the,
They're
I
17th.
genuinely think if he wins the Europa League, you give him because the
I agree
problem with
with
Tottenham
that, but
is they keep
17th is still
recycling a
crazy.
new
No,
manager
I
in and
don't
out,
agree
and
with
you
that.
never stick
You
with
do-
look, do you know
anything.
what, mate? Maybe I'm not. I
Even
mean,
the Prem.
I'm in the middle with it because yeah, if If I'm a Spurs fan, I'm probably
They got a
thinking,
trophy.
yeah, if they win as the Europa League.
You're in the Champions League,
But-
fresh
so,
start.
So are we saying his whole tenure rides on just one game against Man United? Is that what we're saying?
It rides on the entire campaign in the Europa League. That's got them there. Yeah.
then. So if they lose, you keep him.
Yeah. No, if they lose, he's gone.
So it's all on one game then?
Yeah, but it's like it's the games that got him there is what I'm also considering. Like he's won the tournament.
Yeah,
but you're not though, because if they lose, say they lose on penalties, or say they lose from a really shitty refereeing decision, and they absolutely batter Man United, but they get robbed.
Yeah.
like you did against PSG.
Yeah.
Still sack him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that
then you are forgetting the
because
whole
you have to think about his
isn't it?
season objectives were ideally a trophy, but must do Champions League. He would have done both. So you keep
Do you
him.
not think there's a way of going about
But
it?
he's,
though?
but
Yeah,
he's
it's
still
like
right,
you've got to think
though.
long
You're saying-
term.
You
Like-
said it's not based on one game, but
I'm
it is
saying
actually just
you can
based on
make
who
up
wins
for
the
this.
final.
You can make up for this absolutely abysmal campaign in the Premier League.
I agree with that.
If
I
you
agree with
secure
that. But they
a
have to win
trophy
it.
and Champions League in this game.
I do
It's
agree
like
with
you
that a
have
bit,
to.
but then I also think
I don't think it's
Tottenham have lost 21. Is that 21 games
21,
they've
yeah,
lost?
over
Yeah.
half the game.
But like
They've lost nearly as many as Ipswich.
I think everyone, but he's
that is-
shown they can do better as a group.
They're not even going to get 40 points.
They've shown as a group they can do better than
Relegated some
this.
seasons.
Well, not
Potentially.
that many.
It's
They
unlikely.
don't hit the magic 40 points.
Yeah.
Magic 40,
Like-
yeah.
Traditionally,
Huge celebrations when they hit 40 points on the last day.
But then a part of me does go, look, I do get it.
It's got
'cause
Champions League.
I do get they have sacked it all off to win the Europa League. But if they don't win the Europa League, it's a fucking disgrace.
It's also just like
it's a big gamble.
it's a bad habit to get into. Like if you want to be a big winning team, you can't just sack off the entire Premier League to win the Europa League.
I would love to get opinions of Spurs fans.
They've got a plus
we have.
2. They've got a plus 2 goal difference.
right
in
there.
17.
That is actually
That's
insane.
crazy.
You know,
I think Spurs
you
fans
know
would
I
say-
got minus 12, mate.
Yeah, but two
know.
isn't
No,
high.
he's saying it's
2 is
positive.
high.
Two's mental.
2 is high.
No
in
team in
17.
Premier League history has ever been near plus 2 goal
Yeah.
difference in 7
Wait, how is that
seasons.
possible?
There is
They
definitely
score loads, but they lose, right?
there are definitely some mitigating factors to Spurs being as low as they are in terms of like injuries and
Yeah,
like
that's what I
and,
mean.
and luck. They have been unlucky.
I think if he wins it, you keep him.
You have to. They have had
also
huge
17's
injuries.
horrendous.
Huge
Nah, but
injuries.
since they've had the players back, they've been dog shit.
I agree, but I think I completely agree. But
He lost that excuse when they had all the players
Yeah.
back and they were still shy.
I just like Ange though as well.
Yeah,
I do, and I do think
Yeah,
that,
I like him.
I felt
He'd go somewhere else and do well, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely, maybe abroad.
I want him to succeed so well. I want him to at least win the final because I can't stand the idea of Man United getting Champions League.
predictions. Do they win? Who wins the final?
I think Tottenham win
United.
2-1.
Hang on, one at a time.
All right.
2-1 Tottenham.
Man United win.
How?
3-1.
How? 3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
I
with.
think Man United batter them.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
think Spurs win 1-0.
No.
Damn, I think 2-0 United.
Yeah, I think it's
class.
very
I would love Spurs to win it, but I just can't see
Yeah,
it.
I genuinely think Man United batter them.
You
Yeah.
would love Spurs to win it.
Yeah, I like Spurs.
Oh, you don't? Is that not a thing? Palace and Spurs.
No.
Oh right.
No.
I'm just genuine
No.
question.
I mean, if it is, I've missed it. no, I like.
I would give up. Not a finger. I would.
What?
What would I
Where's
give
this
up?
going?
What are you
Where's
doing?
this
Give it a
going?
finger.
I would wank Lewis off for. Sorry.
Oh, you No, keep going.
Oh no, I'll just wank you off.
First.
Full stop.
Happening right now.
I'd let another video be released of me wanking Lewis off for
Yep.
Spurs to win it.
You're a Spurs fan, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are Spurs.
not
You wearing
Spurs
white
fan.
again?
You're a Spurs
Yeah.
fan.
I just like Spurs. Come on, you Spurs.
On that note, it's time to say goodbye, lads. That's the end of the show. I'm Jeremy Clarkson. Thanks for watching.
Rate us 5 stars.
Drop a like. Make sure you subscribe because we're trying to hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Road to 1 million. Road to 1 million.
2055.
Ollie, check him out on TikTok.
Eagles.
Yeah,
Eagles.
Eagles.